Hi everyone, a happy Saturday. I did not do this yesterday. It was the end of a long week. I just didn't feel up to it. But I am gonna get it first thing this morning. In the few hours that I might feel somewhat productive, we're gonna go ahead and take care of it this morning. This is a mishmash. This isn't really a theme. These are some new books that I've purchased over the past few weeks. As I said, I have really been trying to back off buying new books, but when sales come up, or just books in particular that I just really, really want, it's more kind of mindful buying, is the way I put it. And Kind of all that happened over the past few weeks. Plus, when I'm really stressed out and struggling, shopping for coloring books and coloring medium is almost as soothing as coloring itself. And any of y'all that color could probably attest to that. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started. I know we're getting started right off the bat this morning. I figure if I'm going to prattle and chat, I'll just do it at the end of the video. This is, I've seen some other people coloring out of this, and it looks a lot different. So I wanted to give it a try, and I really like how it looks. This is Stone Mosaics. It says stress-free color by number book. It says book one, which is awesome because I really would like to see them do this as a series. But this is by Belba family, and here is the back. It is Amazon printed, standard size coloring book. Here's your legend back here. They have 22 colors. And so let's open it up. So you've seen, and Belba family has quite a few of the square style color by number coloring books where it's like a square grid with a whole bunch of little square numbered squares in it. And you color all the squares and you get a picture. I have a lot of those I love. The Wildcats one obviously is my favorite. But those squares are small. They are hard to read. It is difficult, say, for me to do it in a low light space like in the living room or something. Here's a nameplate page. A little info on the book itself. I don't know if we'll flip through the entire book, and I'll show you why here in a minute. But anyway, and it's all one-sided. Looks like they've got a pattern on the back of the pages for this one. Oh, just on here. And then the rest of the actual coloring pages are black backing. I've not even had a sip of coffee this morning, so if I don't, if I'm all over the place, that's probably why. This is also a mosaic where you may not know what the picture is until you actually color it in. But the cool thing about this is that they've done little round like stones, and basically instead of having your square grid, you have all these different size little circles and stone like shapes that make up this picture, and you color them in according to the numbers and you get your image. So it's kind of like the mystery mosaic in a way, but with a twist. And one of the things you'll notice that I really like about this is that the numbers are nice and big and just normal text color. The circles themselves have really dark edges to them. This is something I can easily see in low light. Like if I just am sitting in the living room and coloring and I don't need a big bright light on me because I'm trying to relax and slowly, maybe go to sleep or something. I don't need a bright light shining right there in front of me. So these are very easy to read for people like me who have visual issues and stuff. So big awesome thumbs up to Belba family for that, because I really like that. I don't have a lot of color by number books, oddly enough, that are like this, except the less complex, the ones that are more geared towards the younger crowd. So I do like that this is an adult coloring book that is like a large print. Sun Life Drawing has large print color by number books too, and I like those a lot. I wish they would do more of those. Here is the color chart. I don't know why my camera is deciding to be fuzzy this morning. I've been trying to give an appropriate amount of light so it wouldn't be. Maybe that's a little better. Okay, we're going to have to deal with the shine on the coloring books. So some of these are probably landscape. Let me look at the back. Yeah, some of them are landscape. Some of them are portrait. I'm not going to flip through all these because, I mean, now right here, butterflies. We can see this one. Here we've got some flowers. This looks like a car. So you can see the image in some of these, which is perfectly fine. They don't, but some of these, I have no idea what they are, which is super cool. So, if you were curious as to what this book looked like, looks like a wine bottle in a glass. Kind of looks like a balloon. Come on, Michelle. Big balloons. Helium? Not helium balloons. Oh my gosh. Why did I think this was a good idea to do before I started drinking coffee? Anyway. There's the one from the front cover. Yeah, I'll flip through it. Not on a time crunch, and you can see some of these. So some of them are a little more not sure what they are till you color them. If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong, but I think their color palette is, their 22 color palette is the same as their other books. Oh, and it shows you like if it's, well yeah, because the numbers are facing that way, duh. So yeah, obviously if the numbers are facing this way, it's portrait. And if they're facing the other way, it's landscape. Hey. I didn't say I was the brightest bulb in the bunch. Like, I'll put the number of pages down in the description along with the timestamps and everything like I normally do. Here is the Belba family social media information. They are really active on Instagram and I think Facebook too, but my Facebook's kind of weird with liked pages. Like sometimes it'll show it and sometimes it won't. But I do know they are pretty active on Instagram. So here's some of their other books. They have a lot of the little square grid mystery mosaic ones. They've got a lot of those. They also have some puzzle color by number books, which I would like to try. I haven't tried any of those yet. They have some other color by number type books. So, anyway, I like this a lot because, like I said, I love their little square grid color by number mystery mosaic books, but the numbers can be hard to read in low light and they're really small. This one, I think, is a lot easier on the eyes. So if you're like me and you're looking for something that you don't have to squint, you probably heard my rant a week or two ago about color by number books. If you're having trouble seeing the numbers in a book, that one may be a good one for you. We're going to go a little bit out of order. Let's just go ahead and do the color by number books. This is another color by number book. This one and the other one I have are both by Questopia. So this is Camping Black Background. Color by numbers. So it's by, like I said, Questopia. They are some of their newer books they are publishing with both a white and black background. And if you haven't seen that yet, I'll show you what that means in a minute. But this one and the Owls one I'm going to show you in a minute were on sale. They were marked down, which is the reason I got them. I know. Amazon printed book. Average coloring book size. So, new color Questopia versus old color Questopia. I can actually show you that with the owl book. So the new color Questopia books have an extended color palette. They have like 50 colors. The older ones just have a palette that looks like this. Was that 24, like 26 colors, I think. I never had an issue with really the number of colors they had. So this takes some creative thinking, and in terms of like, I mean, you've got 5 different oranges on here, and that can be hard to find with markers or even with pencils. So you got to get a little creative with some of these. So yeah, even the ones with the white backgrounds have the new color palette. So what do I mean by black background? So the black background, sorry, this is my blotter page, has the lines already filled in. It has black backing on the pages and a black frame around it. If you like using markers and you color sloppily like I do, I really like the black lines. I prefer those to what their old books, and they offer their new books in this as well, with the white lines around the edges like this, and the white backing and everything. So if you're wondering what the difference is, but their newer books, they do publish in both the white version and the black background version. So this is the camping black background version. Let me grab a sip of coffee real quick. Here is their email. I do know they are also starting to be more active on Facebook and Instagram. I've seen them posting a lot here just recently. I don't know if they've added that stuff in the book though. It just looks like they have their email. Talks a little bit about color by number tips. So here is the first page. If you saw my community post, my Instagram post, you saw, of course I already did the first page. Here is each back of the page has the full color chart in it, which I'm okay with. So I did this one. If you saw my review for their new book, Fantasy Landscapes, a few weeks ago, the one where I ran it a bit, in comparison, that book is really like really small areas to color in. The numbers are gray and they're a little harder to read because of that. And of course in the smaller areas it's really hard to see them, and I got a little frustrated over that with this book. This one isn't as complex as far as I can tell, and as far as you can see here, the numbers are still gray, but because the areas are larger, it's not as big of a deal. I do have to squint in a low light. Even in here a little bit, I have to squint just because I guess they're gray. I do wish they were just regular black font if I was being super picky, but in a bigger color by number area book like this, it's not as big a deal. So again, I'm going to really start emphasizing like vision issue type books, because that is really becoming like a hindrance for me here lately. I don't think it's going to get any better either. I did color this with spray markers. It's super cute. I really like the book. I had to get creative with some of these. Like, not all 50 colors are used in these pictures. So if you don't have a particular color, like with the oranges, I think it was the tint. I'm trying to look. See, now I can't even see what number those were. It says it was just orange, and then 12 was light orange and 13 was medium orange. Well, I only had a couple oranges in my spree markers. I had already used this color for bright orange, which is 11, so I went a little darker than what it told me. I mean, it is your coloring book. They're not going to come arrest you if you use different colors. Oh, I also use darker colors on the sky. That's actually supposed to be some lighter blues, but with the nighttime sky, I didn't figure that didn't make sense to me. So I love this one. I don't know if I want to go in order or just color as I go along, but I really like this one. I can't tell what he's supposed to be. Like a hedgehog maybe, or a hamster. Whatever he is having a fine old time. And she is just chilling with her buddies there. Looks like a raccoon and I don't know, maybe that's a hedgehog. Heck, I don't know. They're fuzzy and the fuzzy cute animals. That's what she's hanging out with. They're fuzzy cute animals. That one's like almost jazz hands in excitement with seeing her. It's like he's just looking at the camera like, do you see this? Oh, that one's cute. Yeah, it's gonna be difficult. I don't know. I don't know if I want to go in order or if I want to just pick and choose. This one's pretty cute. And like I said, the areas, most of the areas are bigger. So even though it's a lighter gray on the numbers, it's not as bad. With some careful consulting with like a magnifying glass or a little flashlight or something, most of the time in some of the more busy, in some of the busier areas, I can figure out what the number is. So. But if somebody were to come to me and ask, hey, Michelle, what would you improve on this book? Like, I would prefer darker numbers over, I know a lot of people think the color palette's a lot, but honestly, I'd rather just have darker numbers in the books. At this point, I'm not trying to cover them up. It's a color by number book. They are, I believe, talking about publishing some, especially some of their, they're planning a lot of new books, which is awesome. But they're also looking at possibly publishing some of their books in a non-color by number version, which is fantastic. I actually need to go comment on that post. I need to comment on that post and say, hey, if you do that, can you, make the can you make the numbers darker in the color by number books? Because then you get the best of both worlds. For those of us that love color by number, we, have our book, and the ones that just want to color it freely can do so as well. Here's some bonus images from some of their other books. So here's Dragon Fantasy. I would like to see them do a best of book and take like an image from a lot of their colors. See, these numbers look darker on here. I know they are darker. I know they are. I'm not crazy. But see, that's horror and nightmare creatures. Yeah, see, those numbers are darker too. Okay. I was sitting here questioning myself because I was like, this is the next one I want to get. I don't know why I didn't get it in this batch, but I love space. Like, there's obviously coloring space space coloring books can be a little difficult. See, they're lighter in this one. Can be difficult because obviously there's a lot of just blacks and purples and pinks in space. It's princess. But I like coloring them. Backyard bugs. Now there's one that, it's nice, easily readable, even with the gray, and this is a darker gray text, so awesome. Please leave us a review on Amazon. Like I said, they are being pretty social on social media. And so I might comment on that. Alright, I'm going to pause this for just a sec. You won't even know I'm gone. And we are back. Alright, so this is the other color Questopia book, as you've already seen. This is Amazing Al's Mosaic color by number. This is one of their older color by number books. So like I said, it does have the old, here comes Oreo. It does have the old color palette on the back of it. And I think they just show what is oh my god. Bless his heart. At 16, with arthritis and all the medicine that he's taking, which I'm sure makes him a little loopy, my poor cat is just not the most graceful cat in the world. He was trying to make his way across to my desk and then fell, and I had to grab him to save him from probably hurting himself. Anyway, old color palette. You'll see how that works in a minute. Amazon printed with a white backing. Hello, Oreo. As you can see, he is very peppy this morning. Title page. Color by number tips. Yes. Hello. Hello. Hello, Oreo's dandruff. Ugh. What are you doing? Yeah, he's awful peppy for being an old man. So what they do is, I think they just show the colors that you're using. And they do change page to page. So what's number 4 on one page may not be number 4 on the next. So we'll get started here. So if you haven't already heard the story, I have a weird fascination with owls because I was never a big fan of them. And then, well, I guess my weird fascination with owls is kind of nostalgic now. I didn't realize this growing up with my grandparents, but apparently my grandmother liked to collect owls. And she had different decorative things that were owls, and for some reason as a kid I never noticed it. And when she passed away, of course, we were going through some of her stuff, and there were a number of things she had that were owl related that my mom was just like, I don't like owls, I don't want this stuff. And I was just utterly fascinated by them. She had these really cute owl measuring cups. I have to show them sometime. One of these days we're just going to do maybe I can make that a tag. Like, what are some of your most precious things you have around the house or something? I'll think about that. But the owl measuring cups are just one of the most unique and cool things I think I've ever seen. So I got those from her. I think she had an owl cookie jar. No. Anyway, ever since then, I have had a weird fascination with owls. And it's like I have jewelry that, of course, I never wear because I never leave the house. Back when I was on the city council, I used to actually wear jewelry and stuff, of course, because I would go out, I'd have to leave the house at least 2 times a month to go to the meetings. But back then I had, had to build like an office wardrobe and do jewelry and stuff. And I have like these really pretty owl pendants and earrings. And I don't know, like, it's funny, the owls are nostalgic to me just because it wasn't something that I remember from growing up that connects me to my grandmother. It's just one of those things that uniquely connects me to my grandmother, if that makes any sense. Like, finding that out, boy, that looks more like a cat owl, doesn't it? A cow. I could put little whiskers on them. Anyway, it's something that was just so unique about my grandmother, and I guess in a weird way that kind of ties me to her, and then makes me think of like the time I spent with her, and kind of gives me a nostalgic tie without necessarily being something I remember from my childhood. I don't know, it was just, my grandmother was an amazing woman. She passed away when I was 18. She was 14 or 15 when she had my mom, and so she was very young when I was growing up, and I spent a lot of time with my grandparents because they were younger. And my aunt, boy, I guess I need to talk about all this in a coloring chat now. That's all this has brought that on, so that's what we'll do. We'll just hold off and talk about this stuff in a coloring chat. Maybe that's what I do after this. Horses, jumbo adult coloring book. Oh, now see, this is my jam, y'all. Color Questopia. If you are watching, I love everything about this. Look at these numbers. Aren't these gorgeous? Look, look. They're so easy to read. I love it. I love it. It's my jam, y'all. A lot of these are books I did not even know they had. This one's nice. Gray numbers, but still very large numbers. Very nice. Country farm scenes. Again, very nice number sizes. Yeah, I didn't even talk about that while we were going through here. They are here too. So, now I understand they do a really complex book. It's going to be hard to make the numbers big in really tight spots, like these little small spots here. They succeeded here, but in some really small spots, like right there, it's going to be hard to make the number big. I understand that. And I do want to see them do more complex books. Like here, this one's pretty good. But I think if you got to make the numbers smaller, make them darker is probably the best way to describe it. Because it's still, yeah, they're smaller numbers, but if you darken them so they're not gray, you still read them easier, see them easier. Does that make any sense? I hope I made sense. Kind of scattered this morning. All right, so this one, hang on a second. So I'm bummed. I had hoped I remembered to make a note of this, but I didn't. Someone on Instagram, I think with the Cattober color along we did last month, either colored a picture out of this book or got this book as Happy Mail. Somebody on Instagram that I follow did. And if you happen to be watching my channel and you did that, let me know in the comments. And I feel bad because I wanted to make a note, but I didn't. Somebody showed me this amazing book, which is cats, and it's Ruth Sanderson. And lo and behold, I had no idea this book existed. So, what do you think I did? Oh my gosh. Guys, I'm already seeing a therapist, so y'all are probably like, well, she must not be very good. We don't talk about my coloring book purchases. We have plenty other to talk about. Anyway, this is Fantastic Cats by Ruth Sanderson. I did purchase this last month, and my plan was to include it in my last cat-themed flip-through, which didn't happen. But with it still being a new purchase, I wanted to show it to y'all. So, if you were watching my flip-throughs last month, you did see my Castle Full of Cats grayscale flip-through. So, Ruth Sanderson's work is very, very detailed. Very detailed. This one is not grayscale, though. This one is line art, so. It is, I believe, Amazon printed. Yeah, all these are Amazon printed. Well, and it starts right off. Oh, this is the nameplate page. Association of Cat Colorists. Member signature. I like this. I like this nameplate page. This is cute. Here is some information. Talks about, she does have an art coloring group. How am I not a part of that? Probably because I look at her art and I never color it. She does have color pencil demos. I have watched some of those. But she does have some tips here and some information there. And then we have these pictures. And we've talked about me and cats, like, dressed up like people and how much I love that. This one's kind of a mixture. You've got some pages like the one I just showed you that are a little more like, this is kind of more Zenduli. And then you've got like more line art, like, oh my gosh, isn't she gorgeous? Like, she doesn't even have the human hands. Like, some of them will do cat heads and like human hands. I do appreciate that that was not the case here, though. So you've got an interesting mix of cats in this book. which I really adore. It would be so pretty to be able to color this like almost like a stained glass kind of window. Oh my gosh, I love it. Love it. And I think, is that's the one from the front page? I am almost wanting to pick up some colored pencils this morning. I know that's shocking to a lot of you, but I'm kind of in the mood for it. That one's so cute. Love it. Look at the little cat head on the face on the oven. I love her art. Now she does have a lot of books that aren't cat related. That I think she has like a fairy tale grayscale one. I have one of her, I think it's fairies. I don't know if it's a grayscale one or not. This hat on this cat is just amazing. Amazing. And she knows it too. Like, she is just like, will you look at this hat? Like, she is even, I'm assuming it's a she with that hat. I don't know. Back then, who knows, right? But she is even in awe of that hat. Love it. Oh, here is a Christmas kitty. Awesome. Awesome. We've got a Cheshire cat. I like it. I like it. Wanted cook, sitter. Yeah. I can't read the rest of it, but yeah, he definitely needs a sitter. Looking at those cats, he is not paying very much attention to them, is he? Oh my gosh, the way that whisker was drawn, I almost thought it was a stray cat hair on the page. What it really looked like. Oh boy. Cats and owls. How did she know? Like, this book had to be before I even... Yep, cats and owls. That describes this house right there. Cats and owls. Oh, we are having... Oh, I love that the grown-ups are having their tea party, and then the little girl cat's having her tea party with her teddy bear. Oh, that's so cute. It's so cute. I love it. I love the fanciness in here. "12 bonus images of fantastic cats." Oh, I think these are a second version of the pictures. Oh, okay. Well, not all of them, just some of them. That's weird. It's unusual. That's alright, though. The ones I really like are in there, so that's cool. So you do get some bonus images. It's not all of them, though. It's only some of them. Like I said, that's a little strange. I'll try to make a note of that in the description and try to explain that so maybe people will get it. So yeah, I've got the Fantastic Cats in the World of Fairies book, but she does have like fairy tales. Looks like she has like a Cinderella one, the 12 Dancing Princesses, Goldilocks. I know she has some grayscale fairy tale ones as well. And then here's and she does have regular books as well. Like The Castle Full of Cats is actually a regular book as well. Oh, The World of Fairies was her first coloring book for adults. That's cool. The beautiful fairy tale series of grayscale coloring books for adults are mainly based on our children's book illustrations. Fantastic Cats is inspired by our love of cats and cat stories. Boy, I would love to have like the backstory on some of those cats, right? Yeah, this is, it says published by CreateSpace, so that shows you this was a little bit older book. But anyway, the cats in here are just amazing, and I had to add it to the collection, of course. All right, so sorry about that. Here we are. Yeah, so next Friday, hopefully Friday, my plan, I think, is to start on maybe like my Christmas themed coloring books. I probably have more than I think I do, so more than likely what I'll do is break it up into 2 parts. So I'm not trying to flip through 10 books in one video again. That got a little daunting. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. That was, doing that 3 or 4 videos in a row was a lot. So I will probably get together like my Christmas themed books and probably try to split it into 2 parts. So you'll get one next Friday and the one Friday after that. After that, I don't know what I'm doing, but we'll do that. Because Amazon, I don't think they've been as slow with their delivery lately, but with the resurgence of cases, a lot of people are hopefully, a lot of people are kind of battening down the hatches, so to speak. So I have a feeling ordering online is probably going to increase again. Not that it's really decreased any for a lot of us, but there may be some slowdowns over the holidays just between Christmas presents and online ordering. So we're going to do the Christmas books early. That way, if you want one and you want to go order it, like, you have plenty of time for it to get to you, and you're not getting a Christmas book after Christmas is over. So yeah, I'm gonna try to do a color and chat. I'd like to put it out late tomorrow night, but it might be Monday. I don't know what I'm coloring yet. Anyway, and I'll try to update you guys because it has been another crazy week. So alright, well, you guys take care, and I hope everyone's doing well. I'm sorry I'm not being a very good ColorTube supporter. I haven't been watching anybody's videos, which I haven't been coloring either, so that kind of goes hand in hand. But I promise I'll try to make the rounds soon, and at least leave you guys comments and just support y'all like you support me. And those of you that are on Instagram, same thing there. I know I'm not posting there very often. I hope you guys are doing well, and I will talk to you soon. Bye for now.